If you're thinking about moving to Dallas or you already live here and own a home, the next 5 to 10 years could completely change what your property is worth. Dallas isn't just growing, we're talking billion-dollar projects, a brand new convention center, massive mixed-use districts, park expansions, highway removals, riverfront redevelopment, and huge corporate campuses. And some neighborhoods are going to benefit way more than others. In this video, I'm going to break down the biggest projects reshaping Dallas right now, and more importantly, what they actually mean for you as a homeowner or future buyer. My name is Selden Tual, and I'm a real estate agent here in Dallas. Let's jump in. Whether you're in Lakewood, Park City, Preston Hollow, East Dallas, or you're relocating from out of state, understanding where the city is headed over the next 5, 10, even 15 years can help you make much smarter real estate decisions. Because we're not just seeing normal growth. We're at the front edge of a growth wave that Dallas honestly hasn't seen before. So let's start with project number one, the one that everyone keeps asking about. The first big one is the Dallas Convention Center transformation. This isn't a light renovation. This is a multi-billion-dollar teardown and rebuild that's going to completely reshape downtown. We're talking a brand new convention center, new public spaces and streetscapes, walkable corridors, an extension of the surrounding districts. The goal is to build a true convention district, more like what you'd see in Austin or Nashville, instead of just a giant concrete box. And what does that mean for you? More tourism, more business travel, more events, which leads to more demand in housing and central neighborhoods. Areas like East Dallas, Uptown, Victory Park, and the Cedars are going to feel this directly. Because anytime you bring in tens of thousands more visitors every year, investors and developers start paying attention. And when investors pay attention, values usually follow. Project number two is the Field Street District, one of the most ambitious mixed-use projects Dallas has ever attempted. Think skyscraper, office towers, luxury residences, hotel, retail, and entertainment, all concentrated along the Field Street corridor. It's basically the next evolution of Uptown. Uptown is already one of the most in-demand neighborhoods in the Metroplex. This level of density and investment tends to support long-term appreciation, and not just in Uptown, but in nearby neighborhoods like Oak Lawn, Turtle Creek, Victory Park, and even parts of East Dallas. And it doesn't just change pricing. These kinds of projects impact traffic patterns, school preferences, where companies open offices, which neighborhoods feel hot versus up and coming. If you're buying, understanding those ripple effects is huge. And quick pause here. If you're planning to move to Dallas in the next 6 to 12 months, or you already live here and know how these projects might impact your neighborhood, feel free to call or text me. I help people relocate to Dallas and make smart moves in the market all the time. And I'm happy to be a resource, even if you're early in the process. All right, let's keep going. Project number three is the new Goldman Sachs tower going up near the Suburb. This is more than just a cool new skyscraper. It's a signal that Fortune 100 companies see Dallas as a long-term hub for talent. You don't drop over $500 million into a tower if you're not planning on sticking around. Goldman Sachs brings thousands of jobs, high-income professionals, and a lot of relocations from other states. Those people want walkability, amenities, and neighborhoods with character, and they're often willing to pay for it. That means more demand for places like Lakewood, the Park Cities, the M Streets, and North Dallas. Project number four is the expansion of Klyde Park. The first phase already changed the city by literally connecting Uptown to downtown. The next phase takes that even further. More green space, performance areas, family zones, and community programming. And here's why that matters. Large urban parks almost always raise the appeal of nearby neighborhoods. People want to live near great public spaces. Over time, that desirability usually translates into higher property values, especially in places like Uptown, Turtle Creek, East Dallas, and Highland Park. Project number five is the most transformative, but it doesn't get much mainstream attention. The reconstruction of I-345 between downtown and Deep Ellum. The city's looking at options that range from lowering the highway to potentially removing sections of it. If they remove or depress that highway, it would reconnect the neighborhoods that have been cut off for decades. You'd likely see more walkability, new redevelopment opportunities, more public space, and a big spike in residential demand. If you own near Deep Ellum, Bryan Place, East Dallas, or surrounding areas, this could dramatically reshape your neighborhood in a good way. There's a potential for thousands of acres to turn into new housing mixed-use projects. Project number six is a Trinity River Park project, often compared to Austin's Lady Bird Lake. The idea is to finally turn the Trinity River Basin into a large, upscale, active urban park. with trails, recreation, and connected green spaces. When cities successfully build a waterfront or riverfront district, it jumps the nearby area. Think about what happened to Oklahoma City after they redeveloped the river. If the Trinity project hits its potential, owners in West Dallas, the design district, Trinity grows, and even parts of East Dallas could see significant long-term upside. Project number 7 is a redevelopment of Fair Park. This is a historic site that's finally getting serious investment. Updated venues, new community spaces, better pedestrian access, and major upgrades to entertainment. For years, the surrounding neighborhoods have been underdeveloped relative to the location. As Fair Park becomes more active, safer, and better connected, demand is likely to increase. For investors and first-time buyers looking for long-term opportunity, this is the area I'd keep a close eye on. And finally, project number 8, the massive growth in North Dallas and the suburbs like Dallas, like Frisco and Plano. We've got the Universal Kids Resort in Frisco, the PGA headquarters, Fields West, the continued expansion of Legacy West. These bring tourism, jobs, and a ton of activity to the northern corridor. Even if you never plan to live in Frisco, these projects still impact demand across the Metroplex. And a lot of people who work up north choose to live in East Dallas, Lakewood, Park Cities, because they want that balance of lifestyle and convenience. Dallas doesn't grow in isolated pockets. Every major project pushes on a larger ecosystem. All these projects have one thing in common: momentum. Dallas is not slowing down. These developments will change how people see the city, and they will absolutely influence demand for housing. So if you're thinking of selling or looking to upsize or downsize or planning to move into Dallas from another state, understanding where the city is headed can help you make much smarter decisions. If you're a current homeowner and want to know how these big Dallas projects may impact your specific neighborhood, or you're a future buyer trying to make sure you're investing in an area with strong midterm upside, I'd be happy to walk you through it. I'm Selden Tual, and I'm a Dallas real estate agent. I work all across Lakewood, the Park Cities, Preston Hollow, and really the entire Metroplex. If you want an honest local guidance on how these major Dallas developments would shape your next move, my number is on the screen. Call or text me at any time. I'd love to help you make a confident move in one of the fastest growing cities in the country.